Hello and welcome to the 2020 Chain of Lakes Relay for Life virtual Luminaria ceremony. During this ceremony, we would like to honor those who are battling cancer and those who have beat cancer. We'd also like to take the time to remember those who we have lost to this awful disease. Heroes. Heroes don't have to have superpowers. Heroes can be normal people, just like you and I. A hero can be a police officer, or a firefighter, or even a cancer survivor who was told they might die. Cancer can strike at any moment. It doesn't discriminate based on race, gender, or wealth. Cancer affects people of all ages. It can cripple the young and harm the old. You are a hero, just like so many other fighters, the ones who lost and the ones who won. We'd like to take the time now to honor those who have beat cancer and those who are currently battling cancer. In honor of Craig Remsenberg, Martha Mishler, Sandy McCabe, Ryan Honecke, Braylon Blackwell, Jessica C., Kathy Helschley, Jim White, Bryce Hewitt, Mike Herchuk. In honor of Becky Harris, Melissa Jolette, Eleanor West, Judy Plank, Raylan Slatter, Christy Poole, Roxy, Pat Drake, Gary Dawson, Katie Newman. In honor of Sid Fall, Pam Ellison, Don Sproul, Joe Helschler, Pat Bazinski, Amy G., Sylvia B., Teresa, Maxine Hirsch, D. Dilwell-Worth. In honor of Martha Mishler, Lisa Nelson, Andy Smith, Ralph Payton, Uncle Gary, Grandpa Eaton, Mary, Uncle Carl, Karen Edwards, Missy F. In honor of Marcia, Michelle, Eleanor Stuckus, Brian M., Dave Van Sice, Tony, Sharon Bellhorn, Margaret Hayes, Bob Merton, Carla Lark. In honor of Char Girdle, Colleen Smith, Tracy Brabant, Nash, Renee Elder, Judy Thurston, Nancy Zelenek, Sydney Campbell, Glenn, Dave Shop. In honor of Ken Visor, Nancy Visor, Maggie Dawson, Ron Kirschner, Dan Hiltz, Mark Watson, Lori Lemonin, Paul Grove, Mel McCoon, Bobby Corwin. In honor of Julie Letts, Susan Brainard, Diane Fishbach, Chad McCauley, Alexa McCauley, Amy Dark, Don Stanbaugh, Joel Steed, Diane Kilgman, Tom Reed Jr. In honor of Viva Williams, Marilyn Brown, Jim Brown, Kathy Brown Bowerman, Sandy Clausen, Artie Jones, Jack Peterson, Cindy Massey, Nancy Sherman, Connie Smith. In honor of Dolores Getty, Nancy Stanley, Rosemary Miner, Colin Bradley, Tim Brennan, Diane Creamer, Bonnie G. Egley, Delight Peck, Debbie Peck, Myra Hoffman. In honor of Harriet Holden, Chris Kenny, Patty Tisron, Laura Rude, Pam Burr, Brenda Skip, Brenda German, Scott Hart, Dawn Nickerson, Jean Alar. In honor of Pat Dunn, Richard Vincent, Bill Jackson, John Cran, Danelle Doucette, Gail Lytell, Laureen Hallway, Gail Farley, Andrea Arnold, Dale Everett. In honor of Mary Everett, Lori Sutherland Ensler, Julia Scott Kelly, Carol Gibson Blake, Nancy McGinley, Mike McGinley, Sherry Bergman, Janice Lass, Ray Kawaza, Becky Herzl, Jenny Krell, Barb Lauren, Bob Krell, Linda Skigma, Carrie Mueller, Liz McGrath, Carmiel Nevi, Tanya Lopez, Rhonda Boyer. In honor of Kim Cook, Jenny Rommel, Randy C., Barb Bochetter, Bob Bizier, John Newman III, Melody Marker, Chris Mole, Heidi Mole, Sanja F. In honor of Mike M., Kelly Z., Karen B., Nikki M., Ken C., Jason K., Amanda Rose, Monia Bennett, Jeannie Shannon Bennett. In honor of Crystal Swain, Karen LaPlante, Bonnie Schwazels, Dan Galloway, Kathy Ranowski, Barb Polinski, Dixie Hilla, Stephanie Zanik, Ike Stonexky, Carolyn Klein. In honor of Jerry Mal, Don Smith, David H. Morris, Kathy Holcomb, Judy Miller, Tony Martnick Sr., Darlene Hansen, Carol Timmer, Shiloh Bavilis, Sony Bavilis. In honor of Natalie Springlerling, Charlie Tipton, Ron Lalone, Al Sinarecki, Kelly Burkhart, Kathy Westcott, Bev and Taya. Light a candle, see it glow. Watch it dance when you feel low. Think of me, think of light. I'll always be here day or night. A candle flickers out of sight, but in your heart I still burn bright. Think not of sadness that I'm not near. Think of gladness and joyous cheer. I have not left, I am not gone. I'm here to stay, my little one. So when you light a candle and you see it glow, and you watch it dance in your heart, you'll know that I would never leave you, even when you feel so blue. I'm sitting up here with the Lord, and now I'm watching over you. At this time, we'd like to honor those who we have lost to cancer, loved ones near and dear to each and every one of us. In memory of Niall Murch, Jaleesa McCabe, Glenn Kuhn, Max, Rita Harchick, Gail Southwell, Cheryl Young, Dorothy Hughes, Jack McLeod, Pat Shelley. In honor of Bill Shelley, Ray Weiss, Barb Weiss, Marvin Dawson, Audrey Hepburn, Bob Thurston, Christine Matthews, Kathy Bloodworth, Margie Murphy, Paul Robinson. In memory of Brenda Turk, Pat Lilly, Donald C., Olga C., Ross Gibson, Uncle Richie, Bob Heth, Pops Kaplaninski, Adam Sinoricki, Dorothy Goldina. In memory of Maris Spalding, Karen Hodgman, Mary Ann Warden, Mary Morris, Sherry Jo Reed Booth, Fern Horton, Laura LeClaire, William LeClaire Sr., Bud Brown, Dorothy Ingalls Brown. In honor of Kelly Angler Long, Goldie Chillis, Mark Howard, Jessica French, Brian Howard, Chris Hawk, Charlene Sweet, Roxanne Folsom, Linda O'Halloran, Susan Clark. In honor of Roger Derbenstadt, Josh Valancourt, Louise Caboose, Susan Carey, Jacqueline Tleek, Raymond Jim Murphy, Steve Brennan, Charlene Brennan, Dan McKinnon, Christy Barber Gavin. In memory of Kelly Barber, Joyce Green, Dennis Choka, Larry G., James Meredith Sr., Bertha Stanley, Peggy Thomas, Reva Drenth, Angie Scott, Chris Peck. In memory of Jeff A., Steve Stidma, Daryl Spence, Sue Gobel, Mary Sue Lavenway, Jim Lavenway, Linda Lockard, Jane Donaldson, Jane Mead, Margaret Kobetz. In memory of Tony Kobetz, Marilyn Vincent, Clayton Healy, Ralph Burley, Roxanne Wood, Marlene Ingalls, Mary Ingalls, Patricia Elenzina, Marjorie Elenzina, Jean Farley. In memory of Dan Dottie, Sandy Pixel, Julie Farmer, Linda Baker Haggerty, Ellie Jensen, Nate Hurryman, Jean Schaefer, Kathy Gobel Everett, Jim Dennis, Diane Ingman. In memory of Niles Lapierre, Jerry Everett, Violet Bayard, Patricia Kelly, Patrick Henry Hose, Edward Varnier, Gertrude Martin, Doug Mull, Patty Hannon, Aunt Dolores. In memory of Melvin K. Beard, Lisa Bronsky, Tammy Spragler, Nina Lease, Gary Quick, William Coffin, Teresa Bardeenberg, Carolyn Compton, Marilyn Mail, Carlene Thompson. In memory of Mike Cook, Donna Mackey, Bob Fortier, Gary Lowe, Pam Hazard, Mike Shelton, C.L. Van Camp, Eleni Husler, Charlotte McKillen, Isabel Ranowski. In memory of Warren Ranowski, Jerry Howey, Grandma Snyder, Donna Smith, Louise Jones, Betty Lohr, Pete Hunter, Michael Butler, Cody Ruffett, J.D. Harris, Uncle J. In memory of Sharon Schneider, Christine Wood, Cindy Lou Community, Sid Skidmia, Jody Taylor Vaughn, Ron Mueller, Dave Abbott, Cindy Bierzer, Patty LaPointe, Dorothy Berg. In memory of Stan Benzinski, Grandpa Jimmy, Jim C., Mike Dellon, Jill Larson, Traven Woodwachter, Reese, Ron Ruffett, Belina, Jack Sprague, Darlin. In memory of Ruth, Ruby, Brenda, Maddie Roll, Jamie Roseberg, Dana Bletchard, Margarita Hiltz, Mary Wilson, Wilson Fournier, Peyton Dennis, Mark Swank. In memory of Cam Lacey, Carol Herr, Helen Literal, Debbie Harris, Diane Howell, Ron Leslie, Laura LeClaire, Mary Ann Cinerecki, Bernard Ronzier, Luann Bird, George Kilgman. In honor of Neil, Kathy Moore, Julianita Stark, Tracy, Sue, Dorothy Winslow, Orlin Winslow, Mary Brennan, Lee Richards, Peter Donlin. In memory of Diane Rose, Aaron McNaughton, Joy Bilveris, Ed Matson, Tim, Jane Thurston, Jesse Thurston, Ernest Young, Blanchard Young, Connie Young. In memory of Bill Young, Cynthia Downs, Paul Heller, Toby Ringel, Larry Burgess, Gladys Gertier. We'd like to thank you for joining us in our 2020 virtual Luminaria ceremony. Please take the rest of the time in a moment of silence for all of our loved ones, near and dear, that we've just honored and remembered.